Alright, so I used to run Macrocosmos deck. This is my Yu-Gi-Oh profile today. I'm going to show you my new deck that I've been working on. Still a lot of bumps to work out of it, but it runs pretty good. I'm winning half the games I play, more than half the games I play with experienced players, so works pretty good. Used to run Macro, remove from play, anti-meta stall, but you know, as the new September ban list, they totally raped my deck. 8 or 9 cards got banned that were in my deck, so I had to take them out. Shitty, well, limited, more like Macro at 1 doesn't really work, neither does D. Fisher. So I just decided to build this deck. It meets the new format, runs pretty good. I feel like this is one of the best decks in the new format. To get to it, it's Fire Kings, so it has a little twist to it that not a lot of people see. Fire, all fire monsters, syncs pretty good. You can sync a lot due to the fact of the combos I have, so I'm going to show you my deck and then show you a couple of combos that I have. We'll start off with Fire King, High Avatar Garunix. 3. People say to run 2 due to the fact that he's good, but he's not good in hand, but that's exactly why you run 3, because if you draw one of them, have one of them in the graveyard, can't really bring them back, you can always onslaught, so you gotta run 3. What he pretty much does is, you really don't normal summon him, you usually special summon him. You can even get him out turn 1. If you destroy him, if your opponent destroys him, or you destroy him, he comes back in the next standby phase, nuking the field. So he's really good in this format, 27 beater, it's hard to get over. Also, if you can get over him, I still get to summon a Fire King, so good luck. So 3, he's good, he's amazing. So that's Garunix. Now I'm going to move on to Fire King Avatar Barong 3. He is the main searcher of the deck. You need him. Without him, the deck doesn't run as well as it should, so keep him at 3. What Barong does is if he's destroyed by a card effect, you get to add 1 Fire King monster. If it's destroyed by a card effect too, a Fire King, you special summon him from your hand. All the Fire Kings do that. I'm missing a couple Fire King cards now, so that's why I said I had that little twist in there. So got the Barong, who's the searcher, can search any Fire King card when he's destroyed by a card effect during your next standby phase. Not the next, during your next standby. Oh, during the next standby phase. That's cool. I didn't notice that till now as I was reading the card. I was told that it was played differently, but I guess they were just trying to win, which they did that game. So that's probably why. 1 Kieran. You don't want more than 1. He's weak. He's not that good. He does get a Garunix in the graveyard for those plays with Circle. It's good to have 1 of. I was thinking about running 2 Fire Kings, but you'll see in a minute why I don't. That's it for the Fire King monsters. As you see, I don't run that many. I run 7. So you have to have some other combos that run smoothly with the deck. I got 1 Sacred Phoenix, since Heavy Storm's banished from the game. He's a Heavy Storm himself. When he's destroyed by a card effect, you can use Onslaught to bring him out. He's destroyed by a card effect. You can Tarantula him. You can... There's lots of combos with him. Once I get the other Fire King cards I need, he's going to be twice as good. I might even run 2. It's pretty much 2 Heavy Storms. And he really, just like Garunix, doesn't go away. He's one of those monsters that keeps coming back and with no remorse. No remorse. Garunix has no remorse. And then here we go on to the Leviel monsters. Just trying them out so far. I run 2 cannons. You'll see in a minute why I run cannon. When he's normal summon or special summon, you can have 1 Leviel monster that's banished and special summon it. It's syncing combos for days with him. He's at 7. He's 1600. He's a warrior. He's good when he's normal or flip summoned. You can target 1 of your banished Leviel monsters and special summon that target. So he's really good later in the duel when you've already banished cards. I'll show you in a minute why you need him with the Leviels. Alright, I got Miller. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can send 2 other Leviel monsters from your deck to the graveyard. Gives you a lot of advantage with the not beat your monsters, your beast monsters not being destroyed. When he's destroyed by battle, so he's not strong. He's a 300, 400. He's meant to be destroyed. I only run 1 due to the fact he's a 3, so you can XYZ with him if you need to. But he's also good for those 6. When I only run level 3 tuners, so he's good for the 6. It's really good. I'll get to that in a minute, like I stated. 1 Lakeside Lady. If you control, she's in the graveyard and you have 3 Levial monsters, banish her, and 1 to destroy 1 set card on the field. Again, with those remove from play, you remove from play, you add. It's good. See combos with Levials. It's really, really good. She's a tuner, a 3-star. She has numerous effects, and she's really good. Then I got Lancelord. 1 Lancelord, because he can be normal summon, but he's destroyed, which is good, because then you have another Levial monster in your graveyard. Plus, he's a good tribute. He's a 21. He's good. He's good to get out. Alright, and here, I'm going to read the effect, just so you can get the gist of what he does. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If you do, it's destroyed during the end phase. Send it to the graveyard. When this card is on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 of your banished fire monsters to add that target to your hand. Again, with the banishing and returning, really good. This deck banishes itself to bring it back. Again, just like it's sent to the graveyard, it works really good together. The synergy with this deck is amazing. Also, I run 1 Cannoneer. He's 1700. Pyro type monster. What he does is it says, up to twice per turn, you can send 1 fire monster from your hand to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage. So it's pretty much the get Garunix out of your hand to do plays with, or on the Levial monster, and then again, he does 500 damage. So he's good running at 1 because he's a 4, he's a Levial, he's a good target for the Levial monsters. And then I run 1 Neo Flameveil Hedgehog, just because of the fact that he has 2 effects when he's destroyed by a card effect. Alright, here, I'm going to read this for you as well. Alright, he's a tuner as well, 3-star. If this card is destroyed by battle, select 1 card from your opponent's graveyard and remove it from play. So that's really, 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 really good. He's amazing. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, send 1 fire monster with 200 attack less from your graveyard, except Neo Flameveil Hedgehog, and add it to your hand. So you can select 1 fire monster with 200 defense and add it to your hand, which is pretty much half the deck. Add it to your hand is really good. Plus, again, he's a tuner. And that's it for my monsters. We're going to get to the spells now, so you can get the gist of how that runs. Obviously, you run 3 Onslaught, the Kings. Add 1. I'm usually going to get Garunix with it, but you can also get Baron, you can get Sacred Phoenix, you can really get anything with this deck with it. Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast, and then special summon if you control no monsters, and if your opponent controls a monster. 3, due to the fact it's so good. Then we go to the Circle, the Fire Kings. I run 3, because it's a quick play, and you tribute 1 fire monster, special summon 1 fire monster from your graveyard, its effects negate and it's destroyed during the end phase. So, I know that's actually Onslaught's effect. I read that wrong. See, I'm still getting used to how the deck runs, but this just destroys 1 of your monsters on the field, to special summon 1 fire monster from your graveyard. That's what it does. It's a quick play. Quick plays are good in this format, so 3 of them is good. People, since Heavy Storm's banned, people run 3 MSTs usually, but I stick with 2, because this deck fuels on you destroying me. So destroy me all you want. My monsters are going to keep coming back and destroying. This is my favorite card ever created. Ghost Rare MST. Beautiful, beautiful card. 2 Pot of Dualities for consistency, since I don't run a lot of monsters. I run, honestly, more spells than monsters, so you got to keep it consistent. So the 2, that's what this is for. Amazing with consistency. And this deck special summons a lot, so it's good turn 1 or dead draws. 2 Rekindling. This is where my sync combos come in with my Levial monsters. You sync, rekindle, sync again. It's ridiculous. The combos are endless with this deck. You can also bring back an XYZ, Xeek, whatever you call it. I say XYZ because it's an XYZ, it doesn't say Exceed, so it's an XYZ monster in my opinion, but it's Rekindling. Brings back as many monsters with 200 defense from your graveyard to your field. They're destroyed during the end phase. I think they're actually banished. They're banished. So you got XYZ or Synchro that turn to get them off the field because you don't want them banished. Quick Booster. Newer card. Thinking about removing it, but it's really good with MST. You chain it with an MST, and you get to add 1 quick play from your graveyard to your hand, or add 1. If you just activate it, you add 1 from your graveyard to your deck. Circle. and MST are usually the targets I pick. I usually pick Circle because that gives you 4 circles. It's really good. Just save card. It's really good. It's really good chain. It's really good to just set and let them try to destroy, waste an MST, and get that. It's really good. Then I run 1 Foolish Burial, just because Foolish Burial is a Foolish Burial to get a Grunix in the grave. Grunix in the grave or a Leviel Monster in the grave. Start popping off those combos you need to do. And then on to the traps. Monster Reborn's now banned, so you gotta keep it classy with 2 Call the Haunteds. Pretty much Monster Reborn trap card, you know what it does. And it's really good. And even if you they MST it actually, you chain it, bring Grunix back, it's destroyed. Its effect destroys Grunix. You get Grunix back next turn. So it's really amazing. This deck, I think that's actually would be better than a Monster Reborn. Since Bottomless is now back at 1, you need to run Bottomless in this deck. Save it, it's a staple. Also, 1D Priz. Those remove cards are always really, really good. Removing is amazing. So, it's really good. So, I would love that. They're good to just set and save. Starlight Road, always Starlight Road. I run Starlight Road in every deck, along with Mirror Force and Solemn Warning. Used to run Solemn Judgment, but you know, as of this format, it's banned, so it limits you on a lot of things, so you gotta be careful. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the last few traps of the deck. They really, this is really up to you. I'm thinking about taking out one of these cards to run another Torrential. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Alright. This card does is discard 1 card to target 1 card and your opponent controls, and return that target to the top of the deck. So you discard a Grunix if you have a Grunix in your hand and get to send any card back to the top of their deck. It's really good. It's like a Compulse that works with your Fire Kings. And then you got Vengeful Rebirth, which is good if one of your Fire Kings is destroyed. You get to special summon Grunix. He's destroyed during the end phase, comes back, his effect kicks off. Really, really good card. But, again, I might take either this out or this out for another Torrential, just because Torrential pretty much does what he does and does what this does. But it doesn't do anything what this does, actually, but it destroys the monster instead that you would usually just return to the top. So I might risk run another Torrential due to the fact that it's such a good card. And then the last 2 I run, like again, is the 1 Torrential and then 1 Flame Veil counter. Because Flame Veil counter is good for negating, and Torrential is good for Grunix and stopping 6 Samurais and Mermails, etc. That's it for the main deck. I'm still building the extra deck for this, so it's pretty simple as of now. Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road, or if you can for somehow sync for 8, that'd be cool. You can't do so in this deck, it's just really hard. It's easy to go for 7, so this is where the Leviel Sentenon comes in. Discard 1 card when he's summoned. Banish a Leviel monster and negate a card's effect that would destroy this card. So he's a 2700, so he's like Grunix, but he also negates effects instead of fueling off effects. And then you can use the Banished Leviel, Spring Back, Sync, Exceed, do whatever you want. So the Sentenons work well for that. Really good combo. I run 1 Leviel Dragoon and 1 Leviel the Greater. What this card does is, once per turn, you can add 1 Leviel monster from your deck to your hand and send 1 Leviel monster from your hand to the graveyard. So if you have a Leviel monster you don't really need and you want to get that cannon to use some combos, this is what he's for. He's a 6, really nice. He's a 6 as well. This minute you have to discard a card as well. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish 1 Leviel monster. So it's like a smaller version of Sentenon. So it's really cool. It's really, really good. It works very well. And then on to the Xyzs, or XYZs, whatever you fucking call it. You got 1 Utopia and 1 Gem Knight for the 4s. I don't really 4 a lot because I like my monsters the way they are. These are just safe cards in case I need Rekindling. Go into these. I'm adding a couple of other 4s to this deck as of after this format. I'm trying to figure out what runs best in this format. Let me know. If anyone has any suggestions, if anyone has any negativities about this deck, let me know. Perks about this deck, let me know if you like it. Then you gotta get Lion Emperor for 3s, because he's amazing. Greebosaurus, because he's amazing. And then Leviathan Dragon for the 3s. That's the 3s. That's my Fire King deck. Let me know what you think. I'm going to show you a couple combos of this deck that run really, really well. And then we'll finish this up. So, okay. So let's say you get a cannon and something's removed from play or whatever. You bring it back. You can sink for that 7. Rekindle, bring it back, sink for a 7 again. It's a really good combo. Like I was stating, like Laviel's run really phenomenal in this deck compared to what one would think. So I would definitely think about either trying this deck out or letting me know. It's really good. It runs smoothly. So let me know what you think. That's my take on Fire King / Laviel's. And